Okay, so I just realized that I don't have anything to stick this vinyl onto to show you guys how to apply it. But I've seen a bunch of people putting it on canvases. If you can get it to stay, better for you. It normally doesn't. Honestly, normally canvas is way too bumpy, way too porous. So when you stick something on there and rub it on, like it's just it's still stuck to my transfer tape, so it's not sticking to this very well at all. It's not going to. You might get it to, but it's not going to stay. The heat transfer vinyl, probably, but not regular, not that Oracle stuff. It's not going to stay. Same with this. This is paint. This is just a painting that I have that I haven't done anything with. But you can see it's like way too shiny and bumpy, and it's just the texture, it's not going to stick. So instead we are going to do this water bottle that I'm super not prepared to do, but we're just going to do my water bottle because that's what people like, right? So as far as putting on the dog, I have a pit bull, so that's why I just chose this one. I'm not going to worry about putting it straight up and down. You can if you want to. This you really just kind of have to eyeball what is straight up and down, but that's what that line is for. So that works really well. You can see that that's a little bit crooked. That's pretty straight up and down on the bottle. So the best way to do this is with some masking tape. And this is the easiest way to do this. So first off, with this bottle, because this bottle is round this way, you don't want to put on the vinyl sticker up and down. You want to put it on side to side, right? Because it's rounded. If I was putting it on this way, then I would put it up and down. So depending on which way you do it, but whichever way the object is rounded, a lot of you guys, a lot of you guys are doing, a lot of you guys are doing these snow globes. Something this big is not, unfortunately, it's not going to fit. See all the wrinkles? You're just going to get wrinkles in that. So if you're going to do like a snow globe like you guys are doing, it needs to be a lot smaller. And in that case, let's say I could do this. That says drunk and grown up. So in that case, what I would do is cut this smaller, and I would actually put them on one piece at a time. Because even this, you can see how it already is getting wrinkled. If you can't lay it down flat on there, it's going to get a little wrinkled. So I'll show you guys how to do that in another video. But for this, we are going to do pit bull. So what I'm going to do, grab a piece of tape. What I want to do is line this up. And because I'm doing side to side, left to right, I'm going to tape down just one side. You don't need to tape down the other. If you want to, though, actually, tape down the other. I'm going to show you a trick. So now you have this taped in place. It's wherever you want it. If you want to move it, the best option to do is to try and like hold it in place. It's easier if you have like a small piece of tape over here, because if I tape that, I can still angle this and it stays in place. Before you do that, wipe off your bottle. Use some rubbing alcohol, and you're gonna want to wipe it off really good, get all your oils and anything else that's on there. So I just use regular rubbing alcohol. If you're nervous that rubbing alcohol is going to ruin whatever you're putting it on, you can like do a little test spot. Rubbing alcohol will ruin plastic like this. It eats through it, so just be careful what you're putting alcohol on, but you need to clean whatever you're doing. So if you don't want to use rubbing alcohol, you can just use Windex, but you need to clean the surface of whatever you're putting it on, otherwise it'll probably come off. So wipe that down with rubbing alcohol. I already did that. I'm going to put this on. Again, if you just put tape on like half of it, that gives you the ability to kind of move it around and get it where you want it to be, like exactly, and then wherever you want it, just stick it. So you're going to tape one side of this down from one end to the other. I'll show you why in a minute. Actually, no, I'll just do it. You're going to tape it down one end to the other. You don't want to go too far over because when you lift this up, it'll lift up on that tape. But now that this is straight, what I do is take my razor blade and very, very, very gently cut that tape so that when I go to separate it, I now know where this meets up. So the reason I do that is because we're going to take this whole thing off, and when I fold it over, I want to make sure that it lines up there, that I'm not laying it like that or down, you know what I mean? So it just kind of helps as a visual. If you don't want to use tape, you can just draw with like a marker. Make sure you can wash it off, but you can just like draw on the corner with a marker. You just draw like a little tick mark, and that way when you pull it over, you make sure that those tick marks line up, and then you still have it placed exactly where you want it. So this is the other thing. When taking this off, it is harder to get it to stick if you're peeling up this way. What you want to do is peel the backing away from your mask. Remember earlier I said that I creased that. You can still see that crease. I'll show you how to get it out. So when you're putting this back on, don't let it touch, and don't go, yeah, this looks good, and then touch it with your hands and try to smear it. Don't do that. Just don't. If it accidentally sticks like that, just rip it up a little bit. Rip it up kind of fast, like it'll come right up. Grab your squeegee, grab this sticker, hold the bottle. You're going to start squeegeeing from where the tape is. And just go slowly back and forth, pushing down. See how my squeegee is bending? You can even go like this. Pretty dang close. All right. There you go. Now, if you can still see that crease, what I do is you can just grab a hairdryer and you can kind of just go over that lightly and then squeeze it out. I don't really care. Personally, I don't really care about that. But there you go. Now I have it on one side. I'll show you the words in a second.